who has not let adversity stand in her way. Removed from her family at the age of 5 and placed into a residential school and subsequently becoming a crown ward from the age of 8 until 18. She always knew she had a family and a community that she needed to reconnect with. She moved to Fort Frances in 1974 and returned to her community in 1984, where she was elected as chief of her community in 1986 to 1992 and 1997 to 1999. From 2007, she has been re-elected consecutively. She worked with the federal and provincial government, in which was instrumental in her being able to work with government agencies in relocating the First Nation from an island site in 1989 to the mainline site today, where they are now situated. The settlement of a specific land claim in 1990, just under $3 million, provided the necessary infrastructure for the First Nations growth and development. She is a strong advocate of inclusivity, transparency, and succession planning. Her ability to negotiate with the various governments and involve the citizens of her First Nation to give direction to the leadership has resulted in a very cohesive community. With the impending settlement of a treaty land entitlement and floodplains, priority has been diverted into educating the community, staff, and council about developing trust agreements. Strong management and financial skills need to be developed in preparation for the upcoming plains. Knowledge of taxation, investment policies, roles of trustees are just some of the areas that need to be developed. Janice completed her Bachelor of Arts degree in 1992 and received her CFM designation in 2004. She has also taken professional development training in the area of mediation and ADR training through Queen's University, negotiation skills training through the Banff Center, and working on another degree through FNTI in Public Administration. Chief Janice Henderson, please join us on stage to accept this award.
Bonjour, Mitaanjigsmiing language. I wanted to say that my name is Janice Henderson. I'm from the Muskrat Clan, and I'm from Mitaanjigsmiing First Nation. I was told earlier that I have up to 5 minutes. So I also do believe in precedence, so I will just limit it to 5 minutes. I just had to say that. For those that were here earlier today will know what that means. The other thing was I wanted to say is I came up earlier here on stage just to make sure you could see me above this podium. And also I wanted to say that, with the bio, when it was read out, I was thinking, wow, there's really not that much more for me to say, except I do have a few little speaking notes that I did want to say, and that is, first of all, I offer tobacco to the drum because that's a very important part of what we need to do when we have a drum in our presence. And I also wanted to thank the Mohawk Territory for hosting this event. And I also wanted to thank the staff of AFOA, especially Jody Anderson, if she's in the crowd, and Lena. They were very helpful in making sure that I got my resume, got the bio, got the pictures. It was actually a lot of work to getting this award, so if anybody anybody gets nominated next year, make sure you update your resume beforehand. But I wanted to say a couple of personal things first of all. And in my bio, it was mentioned that I've been taken away from my family very young. But also I wanted to say that because of the first 5 years that I was with my family, it instilled a strong sense of belonging. And so that's why in my bio I said that, I always knew I had a home. And when I did find my home, I never left. And I had the opportunity to get to know my dad for the last 13 years of his life. And I credit his knowledge and his guidance to help me in my job as the chief of my community. So he isn't here today, but I know he is here in spirit. I also wanted to acknowledge our Treaty 3 table over here to the right. Some of my family members, council members, elders. We brought one of our youth, Ashley Law. She'll be graduating from grade 12. We felt that it was very important that she be here because they are our future, and it's very important that they come and witness events like this. And also my council is here, my sister Bethany Cochran, and my cousin Brian. So, because as it says, we're from a small community, so it's a family. It's a family affair. And anyway, the other thing that I really wanted to mention, that in terms of in growing up, even though I didn't have my own biological family, I had a lot of people, like when I worked with the government or when I was in school, I had a lot of good role models. So that really helped me a lot. And when I turned about 26, that's when I went home, and that's shortly after I got home, that's when I became chief. And I really was appalled at how our community lived, because after living in the cities of Peterborough, Toronto, and Ottawa, I did not know how my community lived. So my dad, after coming home for the summer, he said, "Will you stay and help us develop our community?" And for that, I definitely had to be there. And so I really appreciate that. So that's part of what I'm doing, is carrying on his legacy. And my sister and my other family members, that's what they will continue to do on, is carry that legacy, because what he felt very strongly about is that the culture and the language are so important, and also that you need to listen to the people. When I was first starting out as chief, that was what he would tell me, like, if I wasn't doing something right, or if I wasn't listening to the people enough, he would say, "You need to do this, you need to listen to the people." So that is something that I strive to do. And so I'm very thankful for all the support from my community, because even though we're a small community, we still have all the same challenges as all the larger communities. And I think how many minutes I have left here. But I wanted to say also that my mom had been murdered in 1978, and so that was something else that I lived my life without. But I had some really good support. So with this new government, I am so thrilled that the inquiry will be happening. So I'm looking forward to doing my story at some point in the future, later on this summer. So I think that's very important. And think that's about it. Never give up, you know, and because that was one of the things, especially being a small community, especially being a woman, and you know, when we're dealing with the governments, it's sometimes I felt that I needed to make sure I had a louder voice to make sure I got my message heard, and sometimes it certainly wasn't loud, but I guess maybe loud is not the word. It would be to articulate our concerns clearly, and yeah, I think that's about it. So, we wish. Thank you for listening.